Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself cajoshikumar. In this video we are going to cover the most important topic, that is block assessment. तो इसमें से अभी तक ऐसे ने क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा तो इसमें से आने के चांसेस बहुत है. And if you think block assessment is tough, then this video is for you guys. I can guarantee you guys that after watching this video you will be able to answer if there is a question from this chapter. So let's get started. So a little bit of introduction. Earlier, before 1/9/2004, no, so if there was a search under section 132 and 132A, there would be assessment under section 147. But now अगर search initiate हो गया and if they find any undisclosed income, then that would come under block assessment. They will initiate a block assessment. Okay, that is after 1st September 2024. Before 1st September 2024, it used to fall under assessment, income escaping under section 147. Okay. So first and foremost, what is your block period? This is very important, okay, to determine what is the block period. So इसमें से let's say search has been initiated on 5/10/2025. So this is the year 25 and 26. Okay, so they have initiated the search on 5/10/2025 and entered the search on 12/10/2025. Okay, in this case, no, previous 6 years will fall under the block period. जो भी तुम्हारा previous 6 years है, all these 6 years will fall under the block period, and current year up to the date of search, that is from 1st April 2025 to the last day of search. Okay, here if you see, the search has ended on 12/10. So from 1st April to 12/10 also will be under the block period. So this is your block period. इसमें से last time question आया, determine the block assessment period. So all you need to know is last 6 years plus current year up to the date of search. Okay. Now what is maximum 60 plus 30 days? So once they initiate the block period, no, once they do the search is done, they will find some undisclosed income. Okay, income tax department started a raid, okay, on this day and they have finished the raid on this date. Okay, now they will issue a notice to the SSE asking him to file a return. Okay, so they will issue a notice, AO will issue a notice asking the SSE to file a return under ITR-B. Okay, now SSE will show his undisclosed income, will pay tax and all. Okay, but in that notice they will give him a time limit up to what time he has to file this ITR-B. So that maximum period cannot exceed 60 days. Okay, so this is your maximum period to file the ITR-B. In that notice, the time period will be mentioned. Either it could be 15 days or 45 days. Okay, that will be mentioned in the notice. That cannot exceed 60 days. Okay. Now, this can be extended up to 30 additional days also can be given. Okay. When? What are those situations? When the due date of the last year of the return has not expired. Let's say this is your previous year 24-25. Okay, what is the due date to file the ROI? July 31st. That will fall under 25-26. No, that will fall under 25-26. Okay, ये 24-25 का return you will file in 25-26. Like practically if you see previous year the due date was up to September 30th. Okay, in those cases, no, if the due date of the last year has not expired, then in that case they will give you additional 30 days. अगर SSE को he should get his books of accounts audited और अभी तक audit खत्म नहीं हुआ, then in that case additional 30 days will be given, and SSE makes a written request to get an extra time to complete the audit. Then in these cases, no, additional 30 days will be given. Okay, that is your 60 plus 30. Second part is also done. What all things we have completed? We have completed the block period, we have determined the block period, and the second one is that 60 plus 30 days. Okay, that is issue of notice to file the return. Okay, and then the third part, the most important part here is tax rates, interest and penalties. Okay, what is the tax rate? Here they have found out the undisclosed income. Okay, in all these years they did their assessment and they found out the undisclosed income. Now what the SSE has to do, he has to pay tax on that undisclosed income. What is the tax rate? Tax rate given here is 60% flat. जितना भी तुम्हारा undisclosed income है उसके ऊपर 60% tax pay कर दो, खत्म. What is this interest about? 1.5%. See, AO has issued a notice asking you to file the return within a period of 60 days, maximum 60 days. If you don't file the return within the time limit specified in the notice, then 1.5% interest will be levied on you. Okay, वो interest देखो, very important here is, ठीक है, 1.5 interest on tax on undisclosed income, till here it is fine, but from the expiry of the time limit given in the notice till the completion of the block assessment, till the date of filing of the return, till the date of completion of the block assessment, you have to pay interest 1.5%. ठीक है, this part is important. Till the completion of block assessment. Done. Now penalty 50% on tax also will be levied. See, additional, this is the tax rate, this is the tax rate, 60% is the tax rate, additional 50% on 50% on tax penalty will also be levied. What are the cases? देखो, ये बोलता है कि अगर SSE ने he filed the return ITRB में फाइल कर दिया, अनडिस्क्लोज्ड इनकम भी बता दिया, उसके ऊपर टैक्स भी पे कर दिया, एवरीथिंग इज़ फाइन, तो नो पेनाल्टी. ओके, penalty can be avoided if the assessee has furnished the return, paid tax on in the undisclosed income and no appeal has been filed. ठीक है, अभी जब ब्लॉक असेसमेंट इनिशिएट करें ना, यहाँ पे दे हैव इनिशिएटेड द ब्लॉक असेसमेंट, assessee did not go for an appeal, okay, and he paid the tax also, he disclosed the undisclosed income and then he paid the tax on it, he didn't go for any appeal, then in that case there won't be any penalty. ठीक है, अच्छा बच्चा है तो there won't be any penalty. अगर ऐसा नहीं, थोड़ा होशियारी करा, he became very smart, ठीक है, अनडिस्क्लोज्ड इनकम पूरा नहीं बता, ही शोड ओनली लिटिल अमाउंट, सपोज 100 रुपीज़, सपोज 100 crores is his undisclosed income, he showed only 80. So then AO made his assessment, AO determined that no, this is not 80, this is 100. He will add those 20 crores also, no. Now on that 20 crores, whatever tax comes, no, on that he has to pay 50% penalty on tax amount. ठीक है, if AO undisclosed income determined by AO is more than the income shown by the assessee in the return, then on the excess part penalty 50% of tax will be imposed. Understood till here? Clear no? Now जो भी ये 60% है ना, इसके ऊपर there won't be any surcharge, there won't be any HEC. 60% हो गया, and then if 50% penalty is also there, no, entire 90% tax you will pay to the government only. Okay, तो आपको surcharge नहीं लगेगा, HEC नहीं लगेगा. 270A misreporting, under reporting, that penalty also will not be you don't have to pay that penalty, and then 234 ABC के penalties भी नहीं गिरते. Done. So this is your tax, interest rates and penalties. Again very important question पूछने के chances बहुत है. So we have completed 3 parts now. Okay, we have completed the block period, we have completed the notice का time limits and all, and we have completed the tax, interest and penalties. Clear? Let's go. Now comes the most important abatement. देखो यहाँ से क्वेश्चन आने के चांसेस बहुत हैं. See, now block assessment is initiated in the current year, no, in the current year 25-26 they have initiated the block assessment. There could be chances that for the financial year 23-24, for the previous years, there is an assessment order pending. 143.3 में there is an assessment order pending, and then there could be in 22-23 under section 147 some assessment order is pending. Then what happens to this? Once you initiate your block assessment, एक बार block assessment initiate हो गया, all this pending assessment orders will abate. समझ गए? And then if there is any appeals or revisions under right act, this will not abate, this will continue. Clear? Any assessment orders, okay, any assessment orders for the previous years that shall abate, which are pending, okay, that will abate. अगर appeals और revision है, this will not abate, this will continue. Okay, during the current year जब ये सर्च हो रहा है या ब्लॉक असेसमेंट चल रहा है, यू नो, आफ्टर द सर्च हैज एंडेड योर ब्लॉक असेसमेंट विल बी स्टार्टेड. ठीक है, इफ एट दैट टाइम you got a notice, okay, this notice is about the previous year, okay, you got a notice that is about your previous years, that will also abate. Okay, suppose now important, you got a notice for the current year 25-26 के लिए, in that case it will not abate, this will continue. If notice is about the previous years, no, that will abate. If notice is about the current year, no, that will not abate, that will continue. The reason why I'm telling you, listen carefully. So in the block period, no, all these 6 years are included, and in the current year, no, only up to 12-10 is included. Only see, in the current year, no, 1-4 से लेके 12-10 तक is included. For the current year, only undisclosed income is covered under the block period. Okay, your normal income will be assessed as per the normal provisions of the act. Okay, so if you receive any notice for the current year, in the current year during the search and block assessment period के time, if you receive any notice for the current year, that will continue as per normal provisions of the act, that will not abate. Clear till here? Appeals and revisions will continue. Any pending for the previous years, that will abate. And if you receive any new which is relating to the previous years, that will also abate. If you receive any notice for the current year, that will not abate. Okay, I hope you understood this point. I've made it very clear. चलो let's read. ठीक है, if there is any assessment order pending, देखो pending for the financial year 23, 24, 21, 22, that will abate. Okay, now if you receive any notice during between the search and completion of the block assessment, current year में if you receive any notice for the previous years, that shall abate. Understood? In case if the search is declared as invalid, जो सर्च कर रहे हैं that is invalid, no, in that case whatever earlier you have abated, no, that will revive. Okay, अगर अपील्स और रिविजन है दैट शैल कंटिन्यू. आई टोल्ड यू. For only for the current year 25-26, if there is any assessment order, then that will not abate. You received any notice and that is for the current year, that will not abate. You received a notice in the current year, but for the previous years, that will abate. Clear? Perfect. Only for the current year that is done. So in the current year, only undisclosed income is assessed in the block period. Other income shall be assessed as per the normal provisions of the act. Okay, great. So that is about your abatement. Another part is also done. और एक बार थोड़ा पीछे जाके फिर से देख लेना. क्लियर कर लिया मैंने अच्छे से बोल दिया, आपको समझ में आ गया होगा आई एम एज्यूमिंग. अगर अच्छा लगा ना भाई तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब मार देना प्लीज़. मेनी ऑफ यू स्टूडेंट्स आर वॉचिंग बट विदाउट सब्सक्राइबिंग, सो दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी. सो प्लीज़ डू विद दैट लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब बटन. थैंक यू. चलो अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट दैट इज़ योर टाइम लिमिट्स. अभी तक ब्लॉक असेसमेंट बोल रहे ना. व्हाट इज़ द टाइम लिमिट फॉर दिस ब्लॉक असेसमेंट? See, now I'll help you understand the entire hierarchy here, entire timelines. So here they have started the search end हो गया इधर, ठीक है. In our case this is 12:10, no, 12:10 search was ended. After the search is ended, no, they will send a notice to the SSC to file the return. तो ये कौन सा कितना पीरियड में बेचते वो नहीं है, ठीक है. Immediately after the search is ended they will send a notice, okay, to file a return under ITRB. Okay, now from the end of the search, whatever is the quarter, okay, end of the quarter from the date of search, from the date of last date of search, 12 months count करना वहाँ से. From the end of the quarter 12 months. So this is the time limit for you to complete the block assessment. Okay, let's read. 12 months from the end of the quarter in which last authorizations of search was initiated. So this is your time limit, okay, for completion of block assessment. 12 months from the end of the quarter. यहाँ पे तुम्हारा सर्च एंड हुआ, लास्ट डेट ऑफ सर्च ऑथराइजेशन, एंड ऑफ द क्वार्टर आना पहले, और वहाँ से तुम 12 मंथ्स को काउंट करना. सो दैट इज़ योर टाइम लिमिट फॉर कंप्लीशन ऑफ द ब्लॉक असेसमेंट. देखो, नाउ देर आर सर्टन पॉइंट्स विच यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. एडिशनल 6 मंथ्स मैक्सिमम, ठीक है, दिस इज एडिशनल 6 मंथ्स मैक्सिमम विल बी गिवन. देखो, अगर तुम्हारा यू फाउंड आउट सम एसेट्स and you want to hand it over assets or information, but you have to hand over that information to the AO, right? So if any time that is taking for you to hand over the information to the AO, that period will be extended, ठीक है, and that period cannot be more than 6 months. Maximum 6 months that you can extend, okay, for handing over the seized material to AO having jurisdiction over the SSC. Okay, in that case 12 months from the end of the quarter. Okay, for handing over the assets, whatever time that is taking, that will be added to this 12 months from the end of the quarter. Okay, great. Other person ka information, okay, 12 months from the end of the quarter. See, while you doing the search, income department doing the right, they will find certain information about the other person. Okay, so department will also issue a notice to that person asking him to file the return. उसका भी block assessment होगा, ठीक है. तो उसके लिए भी टाइम पीरियड वही है, 12 मंथ्स फ्रॉम द एंड ऑफ द क्वार्टर फ्रॉम द डेट दे सेंड द नोटिस अंडर सेक्शन 158 BC. क्लियर? इन केस इफ द केस इज ट्रांसफर टू TPO और 92 CA, जो भी तुम्हारा ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग का है, इफ द केस इज ट्रांसफर टू TPO, एडिशनल 12 मंथ्स कैन बी एडेड, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे 24 मंथ्स हो जाएगा. याद रखना, इन केस ऑफ TPO, in case if the case is transferred to TPO 92 CA के the above limits will be extended by another 12 months. Clear? यहाँ पे if you see this point 30 days, if you remember here additional 30 days were also given, right, for issue of notice, ठीक है. additional 30 days were given. तो अगर ये 30 days दिए ना तो 12 months की जगह 13 months हो जाएगा. So you will get another extra 1 month. If that period is extended by 30 days, time limit of block assessment will be increased by another 1 month. Clear? So this is another part that is done. Okay, important है time limit आने के chances बहुत है. Now subsequent search, already they are doing the block, already they have done the raid, they started the block assessment. Okay, before completion of this block assessment they have initiated subsequent search. Okay, so in that case what happens? Same SSC in whose case subsequent search is initiated while the first search is still pending. In that case, first complete the block assessment of the first search, then after finishing that do the assessment of the second search. Okay, first you need to finish the block assessment of the first search. After completing that, only then you come and finish of the second search. Clear? Note, if the period of completion of subsequent search, देखो ये second search complete करने के लिए time limit is less than 3 months. then in that case that time will be extended to another 3 months from the end of the month. इतना याद रख लो बस, ठीक है. Subsequent search के लिए if the time limit is less than 3 months, then that period will be extended to 3 months, okay, from the end of the month. Okay, clear? Now what is the calculation of undisclosed income? ठीक है, first SSC खुद disclose करता हूँ. Okay, SSC declared that income. Okay, undisclosed income declared by the SSC, and then as AO will also determine, okay, undisclosed income declared by the AO. Then the total will be your undisclosed income. On this you will pay 60% tax. Clear? Now which of the following income shall not be included? This is very easy, chumma understand, very logical also. Okay, which of the following information shall not be included? Now here if you see, now total income which is assessed as per 143(3), best judgment 144, income escaping 147, 153A, 153C, 153BC, prior to the date of initiation of charge, अगर इन सब sections में if there is any income that is assessed, that you will not consider as undisclosed income. Clear? Second point, SSC ने खुद declare करा under section 139. He himself filed the return under section 139, and if there is any notice under section 142(1), SSC has declared that income that you will not consider as undisclosed income. Clear? अगर past year का return of income due date is not over, then in that case, no, whatever is there in the books of accounts, so in case of last year, no, अभी तक उसका due date खत्म नहीं हुआ. Okay, in that case he did not file any return of income, so you cannot see his books of accounts and say that is undisclosed income. Anyways जब due date आएगा वो he will file the return of income based on his books of accounts only. Okay, so this, by looking at his books of accounts, you should not say that this is undisclosed income. Okay, and then the second one is in the current year from 1st April to the day of search. Okay, till the day of search, whatever income is there in the books of accounts, you should not say that as undisclosed income, because anyways next year जब उसका due date आएगा he will file the return of income based on his books of accounts only. Clear? And then during search also, no, from the date of search till the last date of authorization, whatever income that you see in his books of accounts, that shall not be considered as undisclosed income. Clear? Easy? चलो, what is your undisclosed income? ठीक है, इसका एक डेफिनेशन है, इसमें मनी, बुलियन, ज्वेलरी इंक्लूडिंग वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट, दिस इज एडेड इन द करंट फाइनेंस एक्ट. ठीक है, वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट इज एडेड इन द करंट फाइनेंस एक्ट. ओके, सो मनी, बुलियन, ज्वेलरी, everything is included. Even the income as per books of accounts is also included as undisclosed income. Okay, now undisclosed income relating to international transaction, that shall not be considered. This is an important point. अगर international transaction के related if there is any undisclosed income, that will be assessed as per transfer pricing provisions. ठीक है, only for the current year from 1st April of that year till the date of search. ठीक है, that will not be considered as undisclosed income. Very important. And then against undisclosed income, I've already told you that you will not get any deduction. ठीक है, you will not get any set off of losses. अगर if you are having any losses in the previous years, you cannot set off that against your undisclosed income, and you cannot set off any unobserved depreciation also. जो भी तुम्हारा undisclosed income है, flat 60% tax rate you have to pay on that. Simple. So this part is also done. Now the last and final one. अगर अच्छा लगा तो please do hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Undisclosed income of any other person. See, when a department does the right, no, if it catches the information of any other person, then it can go and search and write the other person also. They can initiate block assessment of the other person also. Then in that case, what exactly is happening? When AO or SSC is satisfied that any undisclosed income belongs to any other person, such information shall be handed over to the AO having jurisdiction over such person. Okay, then that AO will take care of that other person. Okay, now here they are going to talk about the time limits. Okay, if there is any specified person, one specified person, that is your X, you are doing right in the house of X. Okay, linked with the other person, there you have found the information of Y. Okay, यहाँ पे one specified person है, that is your X, and then you have found the information of the Y. Then the block period of X and block period of Y will be same. Block period of other person will be the same as specified person. ठीक है, in the second case if you see, there are multiple specified person. ठीक है, you have done right in the house of X, Y, Z, and in all these three houses you have found the information of A. Okay, so in this case, now what is the block period? Then block period will match the specified person of whose block period ends on the later date. ठीक है. अगर x के हाउस में you did it on फर्स्ट वीक या you did it on 5th, ठीक है, और 7th के घर में 7th, y के घर में 7th का दिन, एंड 10th में ना you did right on 10th. ओके, सो z एंड a का ब्लॉक पीरियड एक होगा in that case. Okay, ends on the later date. I hope you understood this point, and that's it guys. This is your block assessment, and please do hit that like and subscribe button, please, and I'll be coming up with more videos like this. Let's go. Thank you all so much.